beauties, welcome to my channel. I'm Zoya Day, licensed esthetician, and this is Day's Beauty Room, your #1 source for professional skincare advice, product knowledge, and esthetician tips. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the proper way to moisturize your face and how to find the best moisturizer based on your skin types and your skin needs. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and let's get into today's video. So moisturizing is probably one of the most important parts of your skincare routine. Not only does it replenish any lost moisture, it also helps to fight against fine lines, wrinkles, and early signs of aging. Literally, the sole purpose for moisturizer is to moisturize and hydrate the skin. That's it. So when you get moisturizers that have active ingredients and AHAs or other type of treatment ingredients, it really takes away from the moisturizing property and the moisturizing components of a moisturizer. But we'll talk about ingredients and stuff later on in the video. Moisturizer really helps to replace the water that has been lost from within the skin, and the scientific term for that is actually called transepidermal water loss. And because of this, it leaves our skin prone to dehydration, increased signs of aging, and intense dryness. But now let's talk about the different types of moisturizers and how they benefit your skin. So there's 3 different types of consistencies and formulations when it comes to moisturizers, and each of them work and feel very different on the skin depending on what your skin type is and what your skin really needs. Like gel moisturizers are really great for a combination to oily skin because they contain humectants, which draws water to the skin cells, keeping them super hydrated, which really would work with all skin types. It also absorbs quickly into the skin and is very lightweight, and so it's not going to feel extra heavy on oily skin, and it's not going to leave you feeling greasy. And when looking for moisturizers with these kind of properties, you want to look for ingredients like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, honey, and aloe vera. Now next, we're going to talk about the occlusive cream-based moisturizers, which are great for dry and maturing skin because it seals moisture within the skin and contains ingredients like beeswax, olive oil, and shea butter. And these heavier types of creams and balms actually blocks water from evaporating from the skin. Next is going to be our water-based creams and moisturizers. And this is going to be really great for a combination dry skin. Depending on the formulation and the ingredients, they can also work for oily skin, especially because they tend to be a little lighter, which makes them a little more comfortable to wear throughout the day, especially for oily skin. So these types of water-based creams and moisturizers actually help to fill in the cracks and dryness within the skin, helping it to smooth out any fine lines and roughness, which helps with the surface barrier of the skin. And you want to look for ingredients like shea butter, grapeseed oil, creamides, squalene, and rosehip. Now that we've talked about the different types of moisturizers and their properties, let's get into how to find the right moisturizer for your skin type. So step 1 is to know your skin type. And if you haven't seen my what's your skin type video, I'll make sure to link it somewhere in the video so you can go ahead and check it out to help you figure out your skin type and the different properties of your skin to help you figure out the moisturizer that better suits you. Step 2 is to pay attention to the ingredient list. Now, we already talked about what ingredients that will benefit your skin. Now, as far as ingredients to avoid in moisturizers, avoid having alcohols such as DS alcohol and isotope alcohol because they have a really drying effect on the skin, and I feel like that would defeat the purpose of a moisturizer because moisturizers are there to moisturize. So you don't really need ingredient that's going to cause further dryness on your skin. So if you are having issues with a moisturizer and you feel like it's making you feel like your skin is still dry, it's probably because it might have some trace of alcohol in them. So always check the back of your product label. And my next one is fragrances. Now I know people don't really have an issue with certain fragrances and they don't mind having them in their products, and that's totally up to you. It's all about preference. But I feel like you should definitely steer clear of fragrances and moisturizers because they can cause irritation and sensitivity to the skin, especially if you have an allergy or known irritant to, you know, certain type of floral scents or essential oils or anything like that. I definitely would steer clear of moisturizers with heavy scents. I will have a video coming up very soon on how to read and understand product labels and how to identify different ingredients under different names. And step 3 I feel like is important because of a common misconception that just because a product is expensive it's supposed to work better, and that's going to be having a price point. So you want to keep in mind when looking for any type of skincare or beauty products that just because it is more expensive or high-end, that doesn't necessarily make it a great product. And just because it's a drugstore product or something you would get at CVS or Target doesn't necessarily make it a bad product either. So that's where, again, step number 2 comes into play with understanding the ingredients and knowing what your skin needs and what triggers, you know, different types of irritations or breakouts for your skin. But you know your pockets and you know what you can and can't afford, but don't feel like you need to over splurge on a product just because there's a lot of hype around it or just because it's high end. Now I'm going to actually show you how to apply the moisturizer to your face. Now there's no real rule on how to apply it despite different types of myths and skincare hacks. You just want to keep in mind not to be super aggressive or rough with your skin. So when you're applying your moisturizer, the first thing you're going to do after you wash and tone your face is dispense a small pea-sized amount into your fingertips and lather the product up with your hands, warming it up, and then you're going to apply it to your face in a swiping motions on the forehead, cheeks, and chin. And then you're going to gently rub the moisturizer all into your skin, making sure everything gets nicely absorbed and penetrated. And for extra product penetration, you can go in and use your jade roller or jade stones to further work the product into your skin. Now, keep in mind, no matter what your skin type is, you should always be moisturizing day and night for healthy, hydrated skin. Hopefully you found this information in the video useful. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And like always, feel free to ask any type of questions in the comment section, or you can hit me up on Instagram where I post daily and it's a little quicker for me to, you know, respond to your questions and comments and stuff like that. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and we'll see you in my next video.